Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the Lawyer Lifestyle Podcast for March 2nd, 2018. I'm taking you on a daily journey to discover the key principles of sales, marketing, and leadership for attorneys. My name is Dave Scriven-Young. I'm an attorney in Chicago, Illinois. And we're going through right now the tactics that you might want to use to better market to your clients and referral sources and others, sort of that A, B, and C category list that we talked about in previous episodes. If you want to learn more, go back and listen to those episodes. But today we're talking about the tactics for marketing, especially to those A's and B's, those folks that you're going to be marketing to on a more regular basis. The C's, of course, you probably want to market to about once a year, maybe around the holidays, something like that. But certainly to your A's and B's, the people that represent sort of the best relationship and best opportunity, or perhaps good opportunity and best relationship, those sorts of things, those sorts of categories. So we talked yesterday about leveraging those relationships to get high quality introductions to folks. And that's a great way to do it. But what I would recommend before you do that is to provide them massive value. And I talked on a previous episode about value and personalization. Gary Vaynerchuk has the great idea of jab, 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 right hook, essentially providing so much value to folks that they really are guilted into giving you business or letting you make a sale or that sort of thing. So tactic 2 for those marketing to those A's and B's is setting up a newsletter. And I think what we're going to do is, because these podcast episodes are short, I'm going to go ahead and just break it down into several categories. And there's actually a great article that was updated recently from thelawyerist.com on email marketing. And so I'm going to riff a little bit about email marketing and marketing a newsletter from that article. The first thing they talk about is building an email list. What they suggest is taking all of your clients and referral sources and putting that on an email list. And what I would recommend is you've already started, hopefully, your A, B, and C list. So you already know who you're going to market to. I would not recommend right away taking those clients and referral sources, putting them on an email list, and just starting to shoot things out. I don't recommend to do that because there's so many email messages that get sent out per day, especially marketing messages, that if you are just part of that noise, you're going to be completely ignored, and you may be looked upon as sort of a harassing force, which is the exact opposite of what you want to be looked at for your email campaign or for your newsletter campaign. What I would recommend, and I've seen this recommended in other places, so this is not something completely new, but you want to get their permission before putting them on any email list. And so you could do that in a couple of ways. You can do a simple letter that you send out, either in email format or in paper format, that asks for that permission. You probably want to use some sort of email service to make it very easy, so it's a one-stop. Write the email. They usually have templates, like email templates that will help you craft your email marketing message and then send it out to a bunch of folks. But just to start with, you want to get their permission. So you're going to want to send an email saying, hey, I'm starting up this new newsletter campaign, or this new newsletter. I know it'll provide tremendous value to you. Here are some of the things that I'm planning on putting in this newsletter. I think it would help you, and it would really be great for me to stay in touch with you if you subscribe to my newsletter. And then hopefully, because you've set up your email, your web-based email service, you'll have a link that they can just click on, and then they'll automatically be added to a database for your newsletter. That's probably the best way to do it, because again, you don't want to be seen as a harassing force, but you want to be seen as someone who's providing value. And if they've opted in, then you certainly have their permission to do that. Now, what happens if they don't opt in? What if they say, you know what, I get so many emails, I get so many attorney newsletters, I don't really want yours. Is that a big deal? I don't think it is. And the reason I say that is because now you know. This is not the type of thing that they want to see. They don't want to see attorney newsletters. It doesn't mean that you're never going to talk to them again. Instead, what I would recommend is, there's all sorts of tactics that you can use to market to folks. Use another tactic. So if you have a great client, for example, that sends you business all the time, and they say, look, we don't want your newsletter. You do great work as an attorney. We don't want your newsletter, though. That's okay. That's not a big deal, because hopefully you'll be doing a lot of other things to market to them. All right. Well, that's all. I think that's it for today. The action item, I think, is hopefully you have your A, B, and C list, or you're working on it. Now you want to start thinking about what sort of email service that you want to use to start sending out your emails and your newsletters. I don't have a specific recommendation for you. There's a lot of great services out there with different price points, and I will simply just leave that up to you. But I would recommend that you think about exactly, or you investigate what service you want to use, and I'll be doing the same. So that's it for today. Please contact me on social media if you have questions or simply want to provide feedback on the podcast. I would actually really appreciate some feedback. I'm at Attorney DSY on all social media platforms. And I hope everyone has a great day or night. And remember to fight for that lifestyle that you want and be the rainmaker that you need to be.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.